Hi, welcome to Live, Learn, Love, Livingston County. I am Star Grieff, Realtor with Lyons Sullivan Realty, and I am here with Derek Chandler from Durham Electric.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Thanks for having me, and thanks to the Cup and the Scone for allowing us to be here.
Yes, so if you hear like a lot of noise, that's probably some yummy coffee going on.
Yeah. Going right here.
A little shout out to Cup and Scone. So Derek, tell us more about Durham Electric, and this is your family business, so
Yep.
Please elaborate a little more.
Yep, so my grandpa started this in 1978. My dad was working for him then. My mom later joined in the office in the middle 80s, and Grandpa ended up retiring mid 90s with it, and then Mom and Dad took it over. 3 years ago my dad retired, and I stepped up and have been run the operation since.
So, and you're 31 now.
31, yep.
So
yep.
that was probably pretty
It was, yeah. It's
young.
It came with a big learning curve. Yeah, it came definitely a lot of ebbs and flows in the whole thing, but it's something that's very rewarding, and I've really enjoyed it.
And you have a wife and how many kids?
One boy. I have my wife, Christy. I met her in college. We live next door to each other, actually. And yeah, we have one boy. He'll be 2 in July.
Okay,
and
so
another boy on the way. Yep.
So you started taking over the business
right.
and
Yep.
starting a family
Yep.
at the
So
same time.
Possible future employees of Durham Electric.
Yeah. Tell us about the most interesting thing that you've had to do at Durham Electric.
Yeah, so we're well versed in everything. We do commercial, residential, industrial. We just actually finished up a big printing press repair up in Dwight. So really we touch on everything. Any electrical needs we can do, and something interesting. The most interesting thing we've done would be a customer asked us to decorate their pine tree out front of their house. It's about a 25-foot pine tree. And yeah, so we got our bucket trucks out and strung lights around that thing in December. And I've never been to the North Pole, but I'd imagine that's probably what it's like. Yeah, it put us all in the Christmas spirit that year. That was what we've done as far as electrical work that we can do since I've been owning is we did the Eagle Theater. There's a lot of very cool lighting design in there.
Oh yeah, I never think about how.
A lot of really fancy control work that we did, where it's all scene set stuff, where you hit a button and it brings the dimming light levels down and things like that.
Okay.
So that's some cool stuff that we've done. Also, we did all the work in here. This was Scott and Jennifer Cranford. It was a lot of their designs, but we were able to make it happen for them, kind of bring it to life. Us and Pinterest, the Pinterest is a help these days.
Yeah.
Got to use that resource whenever you can. Then on like the industrial side, we did an automation system out at the new Evergreen FS plant that is all bulk chemicals, liquid chemical plant, and you're able to push a button and it mixes all the chemicals and loads trucks all automatically. So that's some cool stuff there too. So yeah, like I said, there's a little more to it. You don't see electricity, so you don't think that some of the stuff is justified as far as cost and things, but when it comes onto it, you can really do a lot of cool stuff these days.
So one of my clients, she was interested in, she had breaker box, or I'm sorry, it was a fuse box that she wanted to upgrade to a breaker box, and she was just concerned about really the safety of it, and then also the cost of it. So it was pretty nice that I called Durham Electric, and Bud, one of your employees, came out, and he came and took a look at it and really just helped explain the process and the cost, and really whether or not the condition of the electrical was safe. And it was, and I'm sure that changes in every circumstance, but the fact that he was willing to just really take the time and explain the electricity in the home to ensure my client that she felt safe about purchasing the home. That was really important to my client, and so that was very beneficial. She didn't end up even needing to have electrical work done, but the fact that you guys are willing to come out there and do that was a great benefit to my client.
Yeah,
so. The
residential stuff is a big staple to our small business. We can't stay busy with all the industrial, commercial stuff all the time. So residential is really where you build those relationships, and you get to know people, and then get your word out and get your business.
And you guys, even if it's just something as simple as, changing out a light, you guys are there for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a big project, right?
No, definitely not. We, customer service is very important to us.
All right, so what are some things that you would like to see improve in Livingston County?
So the sense of community, I think, is a big thing. It seems like they're, with all the chatter, of course, everybody sees it on social media and stuff. The chatter with the pool and all that stuff, and even dating back to when museums started to come and all that, there just seems like a disconnect between what the people in Pontiac want and need compared to what gets presented to them and gets pushed through the powers that be. So I think moving forward, which I think this is a great platform to do.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, helps shine a light on good people in the community.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I think that the biggest thing is just to get everybody excited about living in Pontiac, being a citizen of the town. It seems like,
because it is great. I mean, honestly,
you go walk around downtown today, there's people everywhere.
Yeah.
We got the sun shining finally, and there's tons of tourists and everybody out walking around.
Yeah,
it's
why
really
be
cool.
negative about it? We got an awesome place to live and awesome people within our community.
Yeah, like I said, it's just a matter of getting everybody to rally behind a certain idea and to make it happen.
Why do you think it's important for people to shop local?
To build those relationships, everything anymore is just online. It seems like everybody's just price shopping and just kind of going about, everything is so social media driven and everything's online. Even, not many people even do this where they sit down and, get to know somebody and just to build a relationship organically, rather than over a device or what have you. And shopping local is a great way to do that.
You have to remember that the people that you are buying or giving business to, those are like your neighbors. Those are people within your community that have families and they're supporting their families, and that's why I think it's so important to be local and stay local, because you want to help those people thrive in our community.
Yeah, forever, when it came to in the 90s when Pontiac football was so big and all the events, we were always supportive and still are as far as advertising and sponsoring these events. But, when you're shopping online, all the money that you're bringing in your income, if you're not keeping it within the community, then, it's gone. What I mean? It's not coming back.
Yep.
So a lot of that, if you spend your money within the community, that gets cycled around, and when it comes to the kids traveling teams, the sports traveling teams, and all that, we get hit up all the time for advertising or sponsoring a softball team and all that, and we're happy to help whenever we can. But it's a lot easier to do when everybody, like I said, you're building relationships within that community and keeping that whole cash flow, cycling around. And
it helps with your real estate taxes too, to keep the money in the county.
That's right. That's right. No kidding.
It does,
yeah,
and that's one of
and
that's one of the things that I think the public doesn't necessarily. They are really hard on the tourist and the things that the tourists have to do, and I'm not there to argue what's right or wrong, but the reality is that those tourists are bringing money into our community, and that is helping our community, and it is also helping keep our real estate taxes from going up.
Yeah.
And so it does have an effect on us in a positive way, even if you may not realize that.
Yeah, and the the shopping local and the whole answer, and that you just gave there, that all comes back to that disconnect in the community. A lot of people, I feel like, think that everything that the city of Pontiac has done is just for tourists, and they don't see the big picture.
Right.
And I think, like I said, if you can understand why those things are there and what they're doing, and then also, with a little give and take to have something that the city of Pontiac citizens can rally behind and do something for them, or feel like that something's being done for them.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have a great thing in the city here.
Awesome.
I do want to give a shout out to our employees. We have 3 full-time guys. You mentioned Bud. He's been with our company for over 25 years almost, and he's been a lot of help for my dad. Actually, he's worked for all 3 of us, my grandpa, my dad, and us, myself now. He's not far from retirement, but a lot of people around town know him. He's definitely a crowd favorite there. But also we have two young guys also that are going to be with us moving forward, both from Pontiac, Jordan Noonan and Fernando Daly.
Okay.
They're both heavily involved in the community. They're both volunteer firemen, which is very cool. So they're, like I said, the whole community talk that we just had definitely ties into our whole business. Fernando was also a junior varsity basketball coach this year for the high school. So it's like I said, we're out in the community, and I think those are guys that you'll recognize. And yeah, they are a lot of great help, and moving forward, we'll look to build this business up and keep serving you guys.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.